What is story fortune telling? Well, it's an activity that we've had so much fun doing at different events and booths with Story Crossroads that we have to spread the word. This is not something that should be a secret. And you don't even need a crystal ball. If you suddenly feel like, oh no, I don't have a crystal ball, don't worry. We actually have created a portable version. And this is something that you can create from home. And all you need is to have something that's a little bit special. If you have a really large marble, that works. But if you notice for here, we actually have a star stone, things that you could even put in plaster of Paris or cement or something. Go to your craft store, you'll find all kinds of things that could be that special thing to connect to someone's energy, their aura, to connect to their story with the story fortune telling. I also have from Walmart, but you can get it anywhere, a card divider. And so this holds 4 different cards or 4 different slots, but it also has a nice little zip, which is where I like to keep my star stone or whatever is special. And then you have the middle one, which is perfect because I always like to keep pennies or tokens. Because why hand out candy all the time when a penny is amazing? So that at the end of the story fortune telling, you can say that if they keep it or they give it away or tell the story, they have good luck. But if they lose it or forget the story, they have bad luck. So I love having this. And then if you know exactly how many you put in here, you know exactly how many story fortunes you told. So how does it work exactly? Well, of course, I was wondering if you're going to ask me that. So I would go up to someone and say, hey, this is a free and fun thing. Would you like your story fortune told? And of course, they're like, yes, please, or something like that. So I would take out my star stone and said, okay, I need you to look into this star stone. I need to connect to your energy, connect to your aura. All right, I think I have enough. And then I flip this over. And right in here, I have Once Upon a Time cards. Now, these Once Upon a Time cards, you can create your own. There are some that are characters, another one that's place, another that's event or trouble, and finally, another of item. And because of that, I usually have the item help to solve whatever the event or the trouble is. And Once Upon a Time cards I actually got from Game Night Games in Sugar House in Utah, but you can buy any kind of storytelling cards or create any kind of storytelling cards as long as you have character, place, event / trouble, and maybe an item. So I would put this like this, spread it out. There would be 5 in that first slot, and they would choose. So let's say you're choosing, and what did you choose? You chose a fairy. So I'd say, once upon a time, there was a fairy. And the fairy was falling down just right in front of you. You notice that its wing was cut. And then you go to the next slot, and there's 5 more cards to choose. And so then they would choose, and you continue that story. And so in this case, it is a forest. Well, you were just taking a walk in the forest. You weren't thinking you would come upon a fairy, but there it was. And it was upset. Well, let's get a little bit more about the trouble to find out a little bit what's going on. And so I'd have them choose another one, the next set. And then there's a fight. Well, meanwhile, you look to the side, and there are 2 deer with those majestic antlers just interlocked, and they're fighting and fighting, and they're coming closer and closer to where you and the fairy are. So you scoop up that little fairy in your hands, and you bolt, you run. You know that those deer have their own issues to take care of. And then finally, there's the last slot, 5 more cards to choose, and someone chooses, and here it is. It says a cure. Well, you happen to run so fast, you come upon a stump, and you notice there's a strange little jar. There's some ointment in it, and you sniff it. It seems a little off, but yet there's something inside you that tells you to use it. And you ask the fairy, I'm not sure what this is. Maybe it's something that can help your wing. And so you put on that ointment, and right before your eyes, not only does the wing grow back for that fairy, but the fairy hovers up high and says, you us, fly with me to celebrate, and sprinkles dust upon you. And at that point is when you give them that coin and say, now, either keep this or give it away or tell the story and you'll have good luck. But if you lose it or forget the story, you'll have bad luck. So may you have good luck. So now you know how to story fortune tell to other people. Please do so. Spread the word. In the meantime, you can check out our website, storycrossroads.com. We have free storytelling games, lesson plans, so much. We have a YouTube channel. We would love to have you help out and celebrate with us until we tell again.